Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl, Princess Leah, 888, and this is Tea and Tarot Tuesday. Hey, tonight we are going to be sipping on some delicious ice electrolytes water with this delicious blue raspberry electrolytes. And we're going to be getting into the tea of the tarot, of the energy for the signs Pisces, Aries, and Taurus, using the Star Child Akashic Tarot for messages from Spirit, the Astro Matrix Tarot for the Divine Masculine, and the Modern Goddess Tarot for the Divine Feminine. Let's see if I can adjust this here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for showing and hanging out, popping in. I am an intuitive artist and healer, and I do my best here on this channel to follow what I feel is my soul purpose, and that's to do my part to figure out how to heal the heart of the Divine Masculine and the Sacred Feminine through conscious love. As we are all students in this school of life, and we are all students of love, I always find myself and have always considered myself as a seeker of the truth of love, of conscious love, and how to do that in a healthy way, how to connect with the gracious, omnipresent, divine love. And what does that look like? And there's a lot that goes into it, right? It's so simple, but it's also so very conflicting with what we are taught on what love is supposed to look like, whether it's codependent, transactional, conditional. And if you've gone through your own heartbreaks and adversities and traumas, it adds to this layers and layers of understanding healthy, conscious love. I'm constantly and still in this very moment trying to figure out it for my own collective. And that's why I don't ever say that these messages are my messages to you. They are Spirit's message through me for us. Because I also am in this boat with you, trying to flow down the path of least resistance as best as possible, trying to understand how to love myself and love others. Spirit gave me such a beautiful quote the other day, and it said, the best kind of self-love is letting other people love you. And I think that's real. And I was watching Abraham Hicks, and they talk about not making your significant other the source of your significance, making them responsible for your significance, but seeing your lovers as the representation of your alignment with love, not the reason for your alignment. And that's deep as hell too. That's deep. But we're not here to spend 5 minutes talking about love. I just wanted to share with you. That's why my channel here is what it is. Doing our part to heal the heart of the Divine Masculine and Sacred Feminine through conscious love. And if you would like to continue this conversation and be a part of our little vibe tribe, definitely do subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can know whenever I go live. And if you are a returning family and friend, welcome back, beloved. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your support. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that like button on your way in or out, however long you hang out with your girl tonight. So let's jump into Pisces. We're going to start with the Pisces collective, get into the energy, and sip into that tea as well. So let's start with you. Get your tea, get ready, and let's begin. Pisces, I have to share this. This is for everyone. These three cards wanted to stay out. These are some oracles. The Four Agreements Oracle by Don Miguel Ruiz. And this one is sticking out to me. Always do your best. Take your life and enjoy it. Take your life and enjoy it. You are alive. So take your life and enjoy it. These are messages specifically that came through. I feel like were messages personally for me, but I'm hearing that this is a personal collective message as well for those whoever needs to hear it. You were born with the right to be happy, to love, and to share your love. Just to be, to take a risk and enjoy your life, that's all that matters. And then the Beyond Lemuria card came out with air, which we are in Gemini season, which is an air sign. The number 13 might be a significant number for you, but also reduces to 4, which is of stability. The 4 pillars of a wall to build a wall, right? To build a home. The 4 legs to build a table, a sturdy, stable table. 4, you see what I'm saying, right? Wheels on a car, right? But underneath it says paradigm shift. I feel like we're having a paradigm shift right now about this agreement to always do your best to take your life and enjoy it, to take the risk, to just be happy and enjoy your life. That's all that matters here. That is our purpose here. And we do sometimes get caught up, and we do sometimes need to shift the paradigm of what really matters. And then Moonology comes out saying your commitment is being tested. Your commitment is being tested. So I'm not going to say that's for Pisces. I'm going to say, I guess that's for everybody. So sorry, maybe Pisces, somebody in the Pisces collective who's listening needs to hear it. But we're going to get started with the Pisces Divine Feminine because we're already at 8 minutes. So with that said, what is the strongest energy for June as we are halfway through the month, halfway through 2026? Divine Feminine, what are the strongest energies this month that you have been feeling or will be feeling? The Star. And the Star, I almost had it upside down. There is a wish. There is a wish that you have, that you have about, that you have been wishing for fulfillment. This is also Aquarius energy as well. I also think of it as Sagittarius energy too. But what is it that you are wishing upon, Pisces Divine Feminine, in this month? 7 of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles. You're wishing to take what's mine and leave the rest behind, even if that means to move in silence, even if that means to move in the middle of the night, even if that means to have to walk away from what is feeling self-defeating is what I'm hearing, or deceitful, so that you can, bottom of the deck, restore balance and reciprocity in your relationships. 10:10 on the clock, so you can complete this cycle of perhaps sneaking in deceit, or having to feel like you have to walk in silence or move in silence when no one's watching, or feeling like you have to be so cautious about it. So because of your past deceit, to restore balance and reciprocity in your relationships of equal give and take, of equal offer and receive. Because your emotional fulfillment, just like what Tamagari says, take your life and enjoy it. That's all that matters. How you feel matters. And so fulfilling your own emotional cups, making sure that your cups are filled. It's not just about who's giving you what. It's not just about who's making you feel a certain way. And it's not just about what you're giving. It is an equal give and take. It is an equal offer and receive. What can you offer? What are you offering in your relationships with self, with source, with your collective, with lovers? What are you offering? And what are you receiving? What are you able to offer? And what are you able to receive? What are you allowing yourself to offer? And what are you allowing yourself to receive? I'm not going to go too hard into this, but there's a lot that wants to come through, because you're the end of the world. You're coming to the end of the world, the paradigm shift. You're shifting out of an old previous cycle, an old previous lifestyle. And that could be of this silent, sneaky, deceitful lifestyle that you have maybe been scarred, is what I'm hearing, or haunted by, that has been preventing you from being able to live in that star energy that came out of your wish fulfillment. Fulfillment. But this end of the world, this new cycle, the world is the last major arcana in the tarot. This new world that you're coming into is going to be victorious. It will and is going to be something that is successful, and you will be recognized for what it is that you are able to and are offering and giving, and are able to and are receiving. And that can be in partnership, that can be in the merge and the union of beloveds, of a significant other, whether that's platonic, a friend, romantic, a lover, professional, a boss. Just what I'm hearing, Pisces, Divine Feminine, just know that you are worthy of emotional fulfillment, of your wishes being fulfilled, of all that you desire, of your happily ever after, Pisces, Divine Feminine. You are worthy, okay, of love and reciprocity and loyalty and faithfulness. You are worthy. Divine Feminine, you needed to hear that. Someone did. Divine Masculine, Pisces, we have the Knight of Pentacles. This gives me Taurus energy. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck, but I love the Knight of Pentacles because once the Knight of Pentacles gets there, they are there to stay for life. They are secure. They are stable. They are committed. They are committed. You know, I think it's a Greek term. It comes from commitment. I learned this over a decade ago by an old manager. Commitment means to cut all ties. So when you truly, if you're afraid, Pisces, divine masculine, maybe you are afraid of commitment. Like we have the Chariot and the Lovers here at the bottom of the deck. So maybe you are afraid or have been going through fear of commitment, fear of trusting in divine, fear of trusting in divine timing, fear of trusting in the shadows and the lights, and the good, bad, and uglies of divine love, of relationships, of conscious love, as we were talking about, divine masculine. And so you're getting help. You're seeking counsel. You're learning how to love. I'm hearing you're learning how to love. And I'm hearing Lil Wayne, how to love. You had a lot of crooks try to steal your heart. Never really had luck. Couldn't never figure out how to love. How to love. Yes. You had a lot of moments that didn't last forever. Now you're in the corner trying to put it together. How to love. How to love. But you have the sun coming out, Pisces divine masculine. Truth, enlightenment, joy, bliss, innocent. The innocence, the purity of love, childhood love, childlike love. Pisces divine masculine. It's been a journey though. You got this wounded warrior, battered, broken, and bruised. But you have not given up on love. You have not given up on learning how to find the truth in this beautiful essence of love that we came to this world to experience, because we are the embodiment of love. We just forget. I forget all the time. And that can cause that false expectations of love, fear of appearing real, fear. It can cause the false emotions and energies appearing real, a fear of love, right? Because we forget. Abraham Hicks says we are pinched off from our true authentic self, from God source love. We are the vessel. We are a direct channel. And I just keep seeing like the limbs of like a tree, and the trunk is source, love, God, gracious, omnipresent, divine love. And we are these branches that come out from that branch. We just forget. And sometimes we forget that love is also, it's not always rainbows and butterflies and sunshine, that there are shadows and light aspects. There are hard parts and beautiful parts. There are scary parts, having to wait, having to trust for divine timing in this divine love. Trusting that even if I'm still trying to figure out how to do this thing, how to build this thing called love, still trying to figure out how to stay in this joyous sunshine of bliss and ecstasy and love, because it's my birthright, right? We were born with the right to be happy, to love and to share your love, says Don Miguel Ruiz. That's all that matters. Take the risk. Take the risk to, like the universe, take the risk to trust the universe, to trust divine. And the universe is also another card for the world. Take the risk to trust. And my face goes like that because there is this part of me that still is very resistant to that. And I can hear the collective resistance. But what if this? What if that? What if you get played? What if you're a fool? What if you get hurt? All these things. That's why it's a risk. Look, we have the Six of Pentacles to Six of Crystals. That mirrors the Divine Feminine Pisces. Six of Pentacles. Take the risk to offer your love and the risk to allow yourself to receive love, right? Even if you have had some not so good experiences in the past, some deceit in the past. It's understandable. Once burned, twice shy. That's why the Taurus, where are you? I didn't, oh, it's just that's why the Knight of Pentacles came out for you, Pisces, Divine Masculine. Take your time. Slow and steady wins the race. But you will get there because it's written in the stars. It's written in the stars. The universe has already written the blueprint of this divine love. Look, you have the Ten of Pentacles, or I'm sorry, the Ten of Cups underneath that, underneath the universe. The universe, Spirit says to you, Pisces Collective, the universe is working with you, moving with you on your behalf, with you to manifest your Ten of Cups, your happily ever after, your bliss, your joy, your happiness, because that is your birthright. That is your birthright. That is your soul agreement. That is your soul agreement. Nothing else. Nothing else. This just blew out, and I love this Persian proverb. Your T formation, Pisces. He who wants the rose must respect the thorn. That's all I need to say. That's so beautiful. I'm getting this Adam and Eve with the lovers in the Garden of Eden and the pits of hell down here with the serpent and the burning bush and the apple. If you want this paradigm shift of awakening, of enlightenment, of conscious love, you have to respect the light and the shadows of it all. The pretties and the uglies and the discomforts and the tough conversations and the feelings that are that are uncomfortable to feel, and the internal paradigm shift that you have to have within yourself as well, the false agreements, false beliefs, the disempowerment around your own feelings of worthiness, the traumas and the wounds that you have to heal in order to enjoy the rose. You've got to respect the thorn. You have to respect the thorns. Okay, that's beautiful. We're going to go ahead and move on to Aries. Pisces, if that resonated with you, hit that like button. Thank you, Spirit. Aries, Divine Feminine. Aries, Divine Feminine, my Ram gang. What is the strongest energies for you for the month of June? We have the Magician. Beautiful. You are manifesting. You are manifesting your own magic. You're tapping into your magic. I just heard Black Girl Magic. I love that. Yes, thank you very much. But I'm also hearing you are recognizing that you have all the tools within you to manifest anything and everything that you want. And I'm hearing you don't have to master your craft, Aries, Divine Feminine. You just have to master your confidence. Mm, that's a big, big quote that Spirit put on my heart a while back. The Eight of Pentacles wants to come out, and the Magician wants to stay at the bottom of the deck. And underneath that, the Queen of Swords. I thought I saw something else. Oh, and the Star card. Yep. You're manifesting. Look, and then it came out in reverse the way I picked it up. What actions do you need to take, Aries, Divine Feminine, that you're not taking in order to manifest this wish fulfillment? Honk for confirmation. You have the Queen of Swords, which is the Queen of Discernment, the Queen of Clarity, the Queen of, I'm going to say what I need to say, and I'm not going to be afraid to say it because I got to say what I need to say, but I'm going to do it with such grace and poise and regalness that I can still stay kind hearted while telling my truth, speaking my truth, and being practical and logical, and have the mental clarity as well to not let my emotions take over. Aries, this is something that you're working on this month. This is something that you don't see is what you are manifesting and what you are bringing, what you're recognizing, the tools, all that you need are within you. This is a long road, the Knight of Pentacles. We just talked about it in Pisces, so maybe you have to go back to Pisces in here. But you are learning how to take your time. Aries, I know, I am your girl, fellow Aries here. Rome was not built in a day, but Aries Ram Gang is like, yo, Rome should have been built yesterday. Like, but we are learning that it takes time, that things that matter takes time, slow and steady. If you want to build commitment, if you want to build something of substance, if you want to build stability, if you want to build a romance, we have the Knight of Cups. If you want to offer romance, if you want to seek justice in your what it is that you're building, if you want it to be balanced and fair and justified, you have to listen to the wisdom of taking it slow, of taking your time, of not rushing, of not getting too emotionally reactive, but learning the tools are within you. Libra energy is coming through. That all of it is within you to balance your head and your heart. So maybe there's some work that you are disregarding is the word. Maybe there's some work that you are needing to do still on this aspect of balancing your head and your heart and recognizing that the tools are within you and having the confidence to know that the tools are within you, all of them, all that you need. You have the sword, you have the cup, you have the pentacle, you have the wand. You are fucking Hermione, okay? She knows everything, right? And you have everything that you need, Aries Divine Feminine, to fulfill this wish. that is on your heart and soul, that you have been seeking, that is bigger than you, that is out of this world, that is, I'm hearing, only for you. God wouldn't put anything on your heart for you to desire if it wasn't already paved and made for you to achieve and to embody and to experience. Okay, trust and believe that, Aries Divine Feminine. That's beautiful. I just looked at the bottom of the deck for Divine Masculine and saw the Three of Swords. So that's telling a little bit, Divine Masculine Aries. But let's see if that energy has more to say. Divine Masculine Aries for the month of June. What's your strongest energy here? You're coming out as your own sign. The Emperor. The Divine Masculine. You are coming out as you are learning how to stand in your authentic power. You're learning how to take back your throne is what I'm hearing. Adjusting your crown. I like this. We got the Ankh here going on with our balance of our feminine and masculine energies, of our lights and our shadows, of our spiritual and physical being self. You're learning how to be the ruler of yourself is what I'm hearing as well. The emperor is empowered to build his empire. Okay. A chariot underneath that, and the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So this journey, though, masculine, divine masculine Aries, has not been, has you feeling very anxious because there takes a lot of trust in knowing what to do and where to go and how to be led and to listen to the green lights versus the red lights and the green flags versus the red flags and knowing how to rule and communicate and dictate and in a royal, regal, graceful way can be disheartening sometimes. It can be scary sometimes. It can bring a lot of anxiety sometimes. Maybe there's communication and conversations, conflicts that just are not exciting to have, especially as a divine masculine, as a leader. Maybe you're a business owner. Maybe you're a father or a mother, because energy is within us all. Masculine, feminine energy is within us all, regardless of your gender. So the choices that you have to make to know if it's better to stay right now or when it's time to move forward, or how to listen to that commander, and that commander being God, gracious, omnipresent, divine, Jah, Allah, however you want to call it, source, your inner being, to align with what matters most, with what is the right choice for your company, your family, your relationship, yourself. We have the Star card and the Empress. So I like that the Empress and the Emperor's here with the Star card, another Star card energy again. Aquarius is all over here, Aquarius and Sagittarius, and there's a lot of a lot of wishing, a lot of wishing upon these stars. The moon, as these dogs are howling at the moon. There's a lot of reaching out to trust divinity, to trust divine, to trust an external outside of you, but inside of you at the same time. Something that's bigger than you, but still all within you. And the beautiful, perfect pair of the masculine and the feminine, of the divine masculine and feminine energy here. The divine feminine empress, she sits on her throne with grace and ease and trust. that all that she needs will be provided. Just like the magician here trusts that all that she needs, the tools that she needs, are within her already. The Empress does not argue with God or source how to, of all the things that she needs. She doesn't argue with, is this enough? Or is this crumbs? Or am I safe? She is with child right here, and she's still sitting on her throne out in nature because she trusts that nature has got her. She trusts that this wish is already hers, entitled to her. So she trusts that this wish is already coming to her. And every little quote unquote crumb that comes through is not a crumb, but a gift that is a more and more of inkling confirmation that this wish is here, is here. Little bites is what I'm hearing. Little bites of her wish coming through. And that's how the Empress lives her life, receiving the divine feminine energy. The divine feminine energy is the receiver, the attractor. The divine masculine energy is the bringer into fruitioner. And that is how you have a magician, a master manifester, is that they know how to conceive the dream, the star, the wish, the idea, and they then know how to take the right actions in order to bring that into the physical manifestation. That's really beautiful. But you have this fear, this anxiety, divine masculine Aries, perhaps about a conversation with this Empress, divine feminine, this anxiety of if you can, I'm hearing when this divine feminine, and if you are capable of being in that receptive, attracting mode, the way that the Empress, divine feminine is. Do you have what it takes? Is what I mean. Do you have the capability to be so secure in all that is being provided in this partnership with the Emperor, to trust that this is a divinely orchestrated and blessed and ordained love, just like the Pisces lovers that came out? So maybe you have some Pisces in your chart, Aries, divine masculine, if you want to go back and listen to it. So let's see what Spirit has to say for you. Spirit has to say Six of Swords here in reverse. There is a lot of fogginess, unclarity, trying to clear. You can't move. You feel stuck because there's this fog. There's too much confusion. There's too much going on. You need clarity. You need calm. Getting out of this conflicting war zone, all this debris flowing, metaphorically speaking, spiritually speaking, in your mind, right? You are trying to, but you are coming into this awakening because you're recognizing that, Aries, the path is wide open for you. The Eight of Swords is giving this path that is wide open to take action. You are safe to be able to move in the direction of your heart, in the direction of your awakening. You're awakening to recognize that you are safe. You're awakening to the recognition that you are safe. You are awakening to your wheel of fortune, Aries. Spirit is saying, Spirit is supporting your awakening to what is written in the stars for you, your fortune. You're awakening to the realization that everything is already ready for you. It's all ready for you. You have the Magician, you have the Emperor, you have the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, and the Empress. Everything is already ready. The Star, written for you. But your emotions are feeling overwhelmed because there's something that you are not trusting within yourself, that you are not working on within yourself, that causes this fear to trust, to move forward, to trust that it's all working out for your greatest and highest good. So your T formation, Aries, Divine Collective, for June. Smiling is the most basic kind of peace work. All you got to do is smile. I'm hearing Nat King Cole. Smile through the pain and sorrow. Smile, then maybe tomorrow. I don't know the rest of the words, so maybe you gotta look up the lyrics. Something, something, something. If you just smile. It's the most basic kind of peace work. It's the first step in peace work. I love that. The peace work, finding peace within yourself, within this anxiety, within your mind, the mind chatter, the mind doubt, that makes you want to, that distracts you from the actual work that you need to, that you are called to do, that you are building, that you are manifesting, that you are creating, that you are embodying, that you're attracting. If you want peace, Aries, just smile. All right, that's beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. That was beautiful for Aries. If you resonate with that, make sure you hit that like button. Taurus. Oh, these already wanted to pop out, so I guess that's what we're going to go with. Taurus, Divine Feminine. You have the Five of Swords and the Page of Wands for clarification, and then you have the bottom of the deck is the Five of Wands. So I'm seeing 5-5. I just heard today, I was watching this interview with Sierra and Russell Wilson. I think that's his name. Yeah, and he was saying how fives is the number of grace. So whenever he was manifesting Sierra, so to speak, he wrote out the 5 attributes of a woman that he wants to manifest, because 5 is of grace. Okay. So I'm seeing 5-5 for you, Taurus, Divine Feminine. Maybe you're seeing 5-5-5s a lot, or seeing the number 5 a lot. I also see 5s as shifts as well, shifting from half empty to half full, right? And we have the paradigm shift that came through as well here as an oracle for the collective. But the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Wands, these are the 5s of conflict, shifting out of conflict era is what I'm hearing. You're shifting out of, you know, I'm hearing you're shifting out of not withholding, upholding your boundaries. The 5 of Swords, you see how, once again, going back to that 7 of Swords that we saw, I think with, was it Pisces? Or, yeah, Pisces. We had the 7 of Swords where she was holding 5 swords and leaving 2 behind, taking what's mine and leaving the rest behind. And this is kind of the same thing here, where she's holding 3 swords, and these 2 swords are kind of being, you know, taken from or whatever with these other 2. So it's like this setting of boundaries. We have the Tower card, which I think is interesting in reverse, because that's like the only other card in the pile that is in reverse. But I see that as, because you are shifting Taurus Divine Feminine out of conflict and learning how to set healthy boundaries for yourself, protection, and learning how to stand up for yourself, as well as recognizing that you don't need to compete all the time for your placement in this world. Um, this Tower in reverse is like giving you this peace, is what I'm hearing. That's the energy that's coming through. And it's bringing you to the right people, your soul tribe, okay? Your soul sisters, your soul lovers, okay? The path is here for you. The Page of Wands, the path is here for you. She goes on adventures, the Page of Wands. She's like, where are we going? To grandma's house. She has all this innocent curiosity to move, and she has her imagination, and she's, has her book of poems, and she's just not afraid. Taurus Divine Feminine, you are not afraid. You're learning how to not be afraid of conflict and speaking up on your boundaries. You're learning how to be able to be curious in the midst of conflict, without having to be so defensive. Interesting that all this is coming up like this, Taurus Divine Feminine. You're learning how to explore more of what you need in order to put the fire out, is what I'm hearing, and let the false foundations crumble so you can build what you do want. And they say the best way to know what you what you do want, the best way to know what you do want is by knowing what you don't want sometimes. And that's what you're figuring out right now. So I hope that helps. I know it's vague. These are general kind of vague readings, because this is a collective. But however it fits in your life, if it resonates, then that's where you're at. That's the energy of where you're at this month. Learning how to not have to prove or beg for approval or validation or your rights. Learning that it's okay to say no and stand in your yes, and to be clear on your boundaries, and being able to still be able to do that in a kind of that childlike, curious, adventurous way. Pretty cool. You have the Emperor coming out as well. Did you hear that hung for confirmation, by the way? Divine Feminine Taurus. The Emperor coming out for you, Divine Masculine Taurus. And the Six of Swords and the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So your strongest energy, Divine Masculine Taurus, is that you are also trying to get out of this chaos. You want to go to calmer waters. You want to be in calm waters. This could be in a romantic setting with a Knight of Knight of Cups. You want to be able to offer your love or something that is emotionally fulfilling for you to someone or something somewhere. Something that is very, very divinely blessed. This could be a marriage. This kind of gives marriage energy because of the offer gesture of the romance of the Knight of Cups, and then this little like rose garden here. But in order to do that, masculine divine Taurus, masculine divine Taurus, Taurus divine masculine, you do have to kind of get out of all this like chaos and get to more calm clarity. You have to, maybe you have to physically move to go somewhere, to travel somewhere, to get out of the Five of Swords is the conflict, the war. And the Six of Swords is getting to calmer waters from that conflict, that war. But this is something that you have been watering, you have been growing. It's a garden that you've been nurturing and planting, seeds that have been planted within you. This fulfillment, this emotional, romantic love gesture, proposal, offering that is also divinely blessed as well, is something that you have been nurturing over time. So you do need to learn and see what is of most value for you. What are your true values? See, he's holding onto these pentacles for dear life, like he doesn't have enough. What are your true values? Is it the material things? Do you feel like you don't have enough? You see all these gems and jewels. Do you feel like you don't have enough of these, material substances? Or is that not of a value for you? Or is it of a value for you? But you're trying to figure out what is true for you, because the Four of Pentacles, they call the knockoff Emperor, which I think is interesting because we did see the Emperor at the bottom of the deck first. And we also have Strength here in reverse underneath that. It's another one of those cards that is randomly in reverse. So I think that's interesting that we have two cards for you, Taurus Collective, that were both major arcanas in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So maybe you're feeling like aren't strong in this area of understanding your values, and knowing what to do and where to go with it. Maybe this is also giving, like, not having, feeling like you don't have the courage and the strength to set those healthy boundaries, because the Strength card, you see, she sets these healthy boundaries with this Lion. She's, sets these firm but gentle boundaries that says, hey, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm going to trust that you're not going to hurt me. Okay? And we can be together. We can chill in this space together. But we have to both make that mutual agreement that we're not going to hurt each other. So maybe that is something that you're trying to learn about, how to communicate that, because the Knight of Swords is underneath that. Learning how to communicate that, learning how to understand what really is of your value so that you can nurture and water and grow that in your garden of love here. So what does Taurus, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, what does Spirit have to say for the Taurus Collective as we wrap up here for the night in our 52nd minute? If any of this resonates for you, Taurus Collective, make sure you're hitting that like button on your way in or out. I always appreciate you. Spirit is saying for you, Collective, have some grace. Have grace and compassion for where you're at right now. It's not easy to speak love. It's not easy to offer love. It's not easy to trust love. It's not easy to speak and set boundaries in a loving way, or just at all, right? It's not easy to stand up for yourself. It's not easy to move away from things that you have always been around, even if that familiarity is very unhealthy. So have grace, have compassion with the Queen of Cups. Taurus Collective. Who's this? Look, perspective. Shift your perspectives. And I just saw the Akashic Records here as well. Shift your perspective to open up to your soul wisdom, to know that truth. Hung for confirmation. Paradigm shift. This is what this is coming up. The paradigm shift is the perspective shift of your life. Is shifting away. And the Queen of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. Shifting away from the from where you have been uncertain, unclear, insecure, and learning how to use the discernment and trust the universe and trust the divine love that is pouring into you with this Ace of Cups as well. Trust that your mind and your heart can communicate together, can work together, and you can be clear and honest and still be able to do it in love because you are love, and the universe is got your back, is with you, and you are shifting all this paradigm, you're shifting this perspective, you're shifting this world. You're shifting your world, you're shifting your universe into a new world. A dazzling place I never knew. I had to. So that is exciting, Taurus. But give yourself compassion and grace because it's new territory, is what I'm hearing. Healthy love, conscious love, honk for confirmation, boundaries setting, communication through conflict, tough conversations with grace and love without, you know, disrespect or over emotional reactivity. Confirmation. How you're learning. So give yourself grace and compassion and patience. And your T formation is also my next favorite quote here in the T formations. The difference between a flower and a weed is a judgment. That's all. So that's where you can have that grace and compassion for what you are going through, because it might feel really uncomfortable, but shift your perspective because it's just a judgment, whether it feels like it's good or bad, whether it feels like a rose or a dandelion, right? And I always think about that perspective shift around the rose. It's funny we had the other rose quote of, or T formation of, he who wants the rose must respect the thorn. So Taurus, I think that was Pisces or Aries. I don't remember. It's one of those two. But I think it was Aries. But shifting that perspective of what am I judging? Is this good, bad, or, it's just a judgment, right? Is this a flower? Is this beautiful? Or is this a weed? Is it ugly? We think of dandelions as weeds, but they are some of the most healthy and medicinal, amazing gifts from Mama Gaia for our body's health and well-being, all the way from the seed to the root to the stem to the flowers. And I say this every time I get this tea formation because we don't think about that. We don't realize that what some people deem as weeds like dandelion, other people worship as the best thing for humans that Mama Gaia can provide for free. Like that Empress energy, right? And then you think of the rose and how that's this beautiful, romantic kind of flower. However, it has thorns. That also even has its thorns, and that chokes out every other plant around it. So you can't even grow your rose garden with anyone else, right? Wouldn't that be considered an invasive species, which would be considered a weed? But we don't look at it that way because that's the different kind of judgment. So you can see your life and your shifts, those 5-5 shifts, Taurus, as that same kind of perspective shift of what judgments you're putting on in your circumstances and what you're going through and how you're feeling. You don't need to judge yourself so harshly and critically if you're feeling certain ways, or if things are uncomfortable, if you're trying new things and it's not coming out that great, or it's something that you're working on. Have grace, have compassion, and have non-judgment. Okay, so that was really beautiful. All of this was really beautiful, and I think that is a perfect way to go out and say good night. Thank you for joining me. If any of this resonates with you, make sure you are hitting that like button on your way out. If I am going to timestamp, so you can always look back on this, if you want to listen to anyone else from Pisces to Aries to Taurus. And if you're not already a part of my Vibe tribe, definitely do subscribe. And that way we can all come together to do our part to figure out how to heal the heart of the divine masculine and the sacred feminine through conscious love. And until next time, my beautiful, beautiful beloveds, I will see you in the next moon.